everyone, it's your girl Maddie here, aka Beaver Mosh, here today to talk to you about the new Mycelium album, Myscoticism, Dismembering the Propagules. This project hails from Glasgow, Scotland, and this album is coming to you from Blood Harvest Records. This is this project's second full-length release, all of the instruments being recorded and credited to one person, that being Greg Edwards. This album is just a hammering, pulverizing, and cacophonous death metal release. And if you look at the Metal Archives profile for Mycelium, you'll notice that the lyrics here primarily deal with the topics of mushrooms? Sure, why not? I'm down. The first track on here, Emerging from Rotten Faces, production-wise, it sounds really large, but maintaining a real nastiness and unrelenting abrasiveness, while at the same time sounding really sharp and putting forth a certain clarity in how the tracks kind of sit on top of each other. And in that way, it actually makes this thing sound, to my ears, significantly heavier. And that's always a good thing. You get these pummeling blast beats and these thick, lumbering guitars right at the start. And near the beginning too, you get these really dissonant lead works also from the guitar, and the vocals, you just feel the rot in its delivery. These low, harsh, animalistic growls from Edwards. On Phalloides, you get these jerking, excessively fast guitar riffs, and the vocals are about as death metal as you can get. Just super abrasive and gruesome. I love on this track the really even, sharp chugs you get at a few choice instances, these that really get my adrenaline going and really get my attention easily. Xanthodermic colonic decimation. Wow. What a song title. You get these mid-heavy, tremolo-ish riffs, and the whole thing feels just overwhelmingly cavernous and like it's going to close in on you, and it's very desolate and harrowing and just pure frightening. It's very frightening. You get some more thrashy bits thrown on this, kind of a nice change up in just the riffing style. And this track features some really nice and well executed tempo shifts and changes, which is kind of a death metal standard, but how this project does it here, it really does keep you on your toes and kind of keep you guessing as the track progresses along. On Urban Leprosy, I love the more murky sort of grooves and the really kind of odd atonal dissonant guitar solo that Edwards throws in to the mix here. Cold Grasp of the Dead. These very bellicose, super aggressive and punchy riffs make their presence really known on this cut. The vocals kind of follow the melodic phrasing of the guitars for this kind of nice dual effect. And there's some of these like really disgusting sounding bends that go on that sound like this undead inverted twang. It's very interesting and intriguing to listen to. Pulmonary Mycosis. You get this just fucking gnarly bridge with this slow down groove and just an unhealthy dose of heaviness thrown in. It just makes me kind of want to just find a wall to punch. It's dangerously aggressive. This shit right here is death metal. This is a death metal track. On Iridescent Assassin, I have to warn you. For this track, you need to put your seatbelt on. And I'm going to explain why. It starts with an already considerably heavy and kind of mid-paced sort of chug riff. And that doesn't last for very long, as you get, in my opinion, just the absolute sickest moment on the entire record here. Everything just immediately cuts, and you get these 4 very even, very sharp, very pronounced crash hits, and then you are just thrown off your seat with a toxically dense wall of sound that just continues for the rest of the track, and it's riffs on riffs on riffs on fucking riffs, and it is very satisfying. Probably my favorite cut on the entire record. Chimera, I believe it's pronounced. The vocals on this closing track are particularly harsh, particularly venomous and unhuman and just purely vile and ugly. This track is just 5 minutes. It's the longest cut. It's just 5 minutes of horror and brutality and decay. There's these slightly technical riffs that go on with these like hammer-on-y kind of bits, but it doesn't really get in the way of the harsh brutality, and it's definitely not trying too hard to be flashy or show off some prowess or virtuosity. You get towards the end this just blood-curdling scream from Edwards that introduces this fierce, searing guitar solo. It's a good way to kind of stamp this thing with a sense of closure and big kind of finale, kind of ending it on a high note or a nasty low note, I guess technically. And it just really hits you at the end and really sticks. There's not much particularly pleasant about this album. It's really ugly and nasty in a very good way. This is death metal. This thing is very gruesome. The vocals are just outright disgusting. It's just 30 minutes of no breaks ferocity. There's no real excess. No track felt unnecessary. You just get heavy as hell riffs and this inescapable, unending feeling of demise. If you like death metal at all, if you're a death metal fan like I am, then my friend, this record is for you. Go listen to it. Go listen to it now, because it rolls. Those are my thoughts. If you like this review, enjoyed it, please hit that like button. It really helps with the algorithm and getting this video out there. It would mean the world to me if you would subscribe. And for the just over 100 of you now, it's really crazy to think that I've reached that number already. Thank you so much. Thank you that you care about these videos at all and seem to find something out of it. If you listen to this record and have thoughts or any feedback or just any comments whatsoever, please leave them below. I absolutely adore reading those. You can follow me on Twitter. I have a link to that in the bio of this YouTube channel. Just keep it metal. My name is Maddie, aka Beaver Mosh. Signing off.